Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be an RJB designated Game of the Month here on Fighting Spirit between Best and Scan. He says it is super unique, a very interesting approach to problem solving, so let's go ahead and see what that is. Top right is going to be our Blue Terran player Scan, and on the top left it is Best, one of the best PvT players in the world right now. So we've got ourselves a red Protoss versus a blue Terran. I kind of feel like that's a little bit better than teal versus white, so let me know in the comments if you would prefer the other set, but red versus blue it is today. So it's going to be a PvT here on Fighting Spirit. A super hype one. So hopefully it lives up to the hype. But we'll have to see and judge for ourselves, won't we? Okay. So. So there's a Kong and Godzilla movie that's out. And I saw the previews and I'm like, I don't think it's very interesting. But it garnered $500 million at the box office in like the first week of its release. Wait, maybe like third or fourth week? I don't know, but $500 million is kind of a threshold these days, right? So I'm going to go ahead and see it right around the same time that this posts. So let me know your thoughts if you have seen it. Barracks coming up here from Scan. Nexus first. Yep, Nexus first on a giant 4-player map in PvT. Tastosis says it is very, very hard, almost impossible to beat a Protoss that goes Nexus first against a Terran. So we will see. Well, caveat, unscouted, right? Because if you scout it, you can most of the time shut it down. But if you can't, or you don't scout it, that gives Protoss such an advantage over the Terran. Ah, gas coming up. So we're going to do a factory before expanding, and just a quick vulture. So, Nexus into Gateway, no gas. Oh no, it is the dreaded Nexus first play. I can hear Artosis screaming from here. There's the factory. There's that gas income. It's only one dude on the gas, though, right? It's not a fully saturated gas. Just wants enough gas for a vulture. Wait, to get the factory, but we're still getting gas. So in that case, machine shop? You want to be able to get a machine shop once the factory finishes? I don't know. We'll see what this other gas is for. Look, you're meching. You're going to want gas anyway. Best is going to go ahead and toss up the assimilator. Super rad. And Probe comes in, does get rebuffed by the Marine, does not see if there's an expansion here or not. And, oh, the 2 Marines actually wipe out the probe. SCV sees the Nexus first play, sees that the gas is coming in. Wow, really hiding the Cybercorp in the top left there. I mean, that is... Why are you hiding the Cybercorp? That's a weird thing to hide. I guess maybe, I don't know, if the SCV is not thorough with the scouting, it can kind of feel like just a mass zealot, slow zealot play, which would seem odd. This might be an attempt to go bust this, man. This SCV could be used to throw down a bunker here with the Marines and this vulture covering it. It might be able to take this thing down and kind of reset the game. This SCV doesn't seem to be interested in doing that, though. I mean, a zealot's out now. I mean, second zealot. This guy, slow zealots versus vultures, man. Not the battle that they want to see. Yeah, all you can really do is run. It's like slowlings versus vultures. you just die. That's all you got to do. Yeah, so it is a machine shop. It's got to be vulture speed, right? Here we go. Here come the... Oh, he pulled the boys, too. I didn't even see that. Pulling the boys, and that's it. I don't think Best can save this. These SCVs are body blocking, so the zealots can't get down here, do anything about it. Oh, yes, Scan. Every Terran player is like pumping their fist. Yes, yes, yes. This is exactly what you need to do against these filthy, greedy Protoss. The probes come in and try to do something, but the SCVs are attacking the Nexus too. All right, good. Bam. That's it. That's a reset of the game. Protoss advantage gone. Wiped out. Although, I mean, I guess these SCVs getting pulled off the line has kind of messed with the economy of Scan a little bit. I mean, it's 24 to 25 workers in favor of Scan, but a lot of his SCVs are kind of out here hanging out. Yeah, so scouted in time, punished in time, and Artosis is cheering wildly. All right, this is good. This is good. Spider mine's going to be the research here. Oh, man, spider mining this area. So it's even harder to re-expand here for best. Killer. Killer opening. First 5 minutes of this game, well worth the price of admission, which is nothing. These are free, man. These are free. Awesome. All right, so spider mine's laid. Dragoons are like, we got singularity charge. Die, bunker. Look, they left the SCVs here for this very purpose. How often do you see this? The bunker inside the natural base of the Protoss, and the firing on the bunker with the repair happening inside the natural base of the Protoss. That's incredible. Are they still repairing? Yeah. Another Dragoon comes in. Gotta get just... Oh, taking hits. Taking hits. There you go. Good spots. Yeah, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. And then a siege tank is... You gotta repair. Okay, this is insane. This is insane. That's the thumbnail right there, man. Yeah, siege tank getting big chunks off here. Spider mine takes out the vulture. No, they want the siege tank. They get the siege tank. They take a lot of hits. Dude, this guy needs to get back. There we go. So spider mine has been removed from this natural. That's amazing. I love that Scan is expanding behind this. This is so rad from him. He's expanding behind it. Are there enough? Yes, there are enough Dragoons. It's 1 Dragoon per SCV on the repair. So the Marines evac. Oh my gosh, can you do it? Get in there. Get in there. I don't know. This is a lot of Dragoons, but they want... A lot of these Dragoons are also very injured, man. Not enough, though, I would say. And siege mode is not even close to done yet, so... Okay, so Best retakes the second base at like 7 minutes behind the Terran's second base. It's 33 probes to 29 SCVs, but the saturation is better for the Terran player because the Protoss player doesn't have a second base yet. 33 probes on 1 base is horrible oversaturation. It's not good. And Scan has just absolutely taken the lead. What an absolutely fantastic opening 7 minutes of this game this has been. Wow. Yeah, Obs is out. Now we can clear out the spider mines. The threat of the spider mine is basically over. But if you want to come across the map here, dude, siege mode is not quite done yet. Rebuilding a bunker? Nope. Engineering bay for a bit of a block. He's like, okay, we've got to get these tanks on the high ground. Siege mode cannot finish a moment too soon. But the fact that there may be more spider mines is making this Dragoon push across the map a little bit more slow. And there we go. Siege mode is done. Obs is going to come in and be like, oh, siege tanks behind a wall, huh? And hunt on the high ground. That's not going to work out for us Dragoons. So Dragoons are not even going to try to fire on this. Honestly, maybe a third base attempt here from Best. Maybe try to contain the Terran here on 2 bases a little bit. If they move out with the tanks, the Dragoons jump on them. And yeah, checking to make sure there's not a spider mine or anything scary over here. And then I have to imagine, yeah, we are 400 minerals are sitting. There we go. This probe moving off to get that third base. So yeah, that's going to be the answer here from Best. Is getting a, I mean, as fast as humanly possible third base, because if not, that's it. That's it for him. He needs a fast third base. He needs to hold it. He needs to be a base up on this Terran player if he's going to win this thing. You got to have more bases. You got to kill tanks. And he's killed a tank so far. Now he's working on his third base before the Terran player is working on his third base. So Best now kind of sneaking back into the lead here. Yeah, this is living up to Game of the Month hype, man. I don't think we've ever had a Game of the Month label before, but RJB brought it to us. So you know what? We trust RJB. He's never wrong. He's never given me a replay that he's like, I love this replay. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're seeing, dude. I could see it. I could see it every time. RJB is a connoisseur of StarCraft replays and StarCraft in general. Love him. Check him out. YouTube.com/@RJB_TV. Moving out a little bit of a Reaper drop is Best too while getting that third base. Loving that for him. Got our vacuum cleaners all up. Going try. There's siege tanks. Oh boy. And a turret gonna finish. Not quite yet though. All right. Revert. Gosh. Okay. Killed the turret so that the Reaver could be picked up and evac'd. Evacuated. I don't know why I keep calling it evac. It's evac or it's evacuated. Those are the options here. Vulture trying to get in the third base caused problems, but Dragoon placed very well, not triggering that spider mine. No, bad. And then the hard wall down to the south here at the third base means the Vultures can't get in there either. You gotta... It's a starport. What do we think? Wraith to try to deal with the Reaver shenanigans? Wouldn't say no to a Wraith, I think. Every Terran fan's like, yeah, wouldn't say no to a Wraith. Dude, unloading, yeah. The Zealots absorb. Nice hit. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Oh, he loses the Reaver. I was just complimenting him on how well he was dealing with that, with those tanks. And then he lost it. All right, best. It's cool, man. I'll allow it, I suppose. But yeah, third base rocking right now. 58 to 52 workers in favor of the Protoss. Science facility, huh? Scans in, and we're just going to hear pretty much consistent scans here from Scan because he needs to know if there's a carrier transition coming. See, no. Best is like, I can be Snow. I can be Snow too. I can kill your tanks with Reavers. It's not easy at all, but my gosh, another huge hit there. You don't want to siege all of your tanks in this situation. Oh, man, another Reaver goes down. Yeah, you're not quite Snow, my friend. I'm sorry. Here we go. A couple tanks die. Best has got to feel okay about that. He did lose some Dragoons, but that's what they are. They are currency you spend in order to kill tanks. So there are not 37 siege tanks at some point later in the game. There are SCVs up at the front here repairing the tanks. That is so cool. That is so cool. I don't know. Dragoons are kind of leading the charge into these tanks. I don't feel good about that. But unloading the Reaver, another Reaver. He's lost 2 of them already. Oh my gosh, he lost the 3rd one. Yeah, let's just use this moment to appreciate how Snow keeps those Reavers alive. Because it's not easy. Because Best has just lost 3 of them trying to do a Snow impersonation. Not going well. Vultures with speed and spider mines, very scary units. Gonna check to see if there's a base up here. I mean, there's a spider mine kind of scouting it, so no, but whatever. Still waiting for a bit of a third base here. The current meta is that you get a third base as Terran, but Scan's like, you know what I don't need? A third base. 2 bases are good enough for me, man. I'm just waiting for the production tab to say command center, but not happening at all. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories on 2 base. This is definitely unorthodox. I don't know how I feel about it. If you're a Protoss fan or a Terran fan or a Scan fan. Oh, there are no tanks back here at all. Dude, okay, cool. So, Reaver's like full evac of SCVs at the only other base that Scan has. Why are there no tanks back here? Scan didn't leave anything. Dude, he's glitching that. Did he glitch that Scarab through this mineral line? I didn't know you could do that. Okay, might have to lift your second base here. Scan's not coming home. And Best is like, break the front. We can break this. Dude, the Zealots need to be in the front here. Some of them are kind of dawdling around the back, though. Yeah, never mind. Best is like, cannot break that. Oh, there you go. So tanks show up. What killed the shuttle? Did the shuttle fly into this missile turret? There is a Wraith out. Was there a Wraith out earlier? Wraith. Is there more Wraith than this one? Must have flown into the turret. That sucks, too. All right, man. Best. Not exactly killing it right now, gotta say. I love the 3 bases. I love you're not trying to get greedy and get a 4th base when the Terran hasn't taken a 3rd base yet. That's very smart of you. But man, you've lost so many Reavers, and I'm just not sure you've gotten the value you want from them if they're just going to die to tank fire, right? It is a lot harder to get value out of Reavers against Terran because of the siege tanks than it is compared to Zerg. Absolutely, without a question. Is he seriously coming back? He's like, let's do it again, boys. More Reavers. This is so many Reavers. Where is the Wraith, and why is it not shooting this shuttle? There it is. What are you doing? Don't overextend, Wraith. Don't look at it. Pull it over. Oh my gosh, you overextended. Ah. Man, both players are not exactly top tier playing right now, but sometimes that makes for the most fun games when it's so weird and back and forth and crazy. He's going to unload right here, isn't he? Zealot bombing. So many vultures, though, it's not really working. Honestly, I feel like going after the 3rd base with these tanks is the way to go. You're not exactly containing the Protoss here. You're not pushing into the natural base. You're not preventing a 4th base. You're not going after the 3rd base either. As this vulture group very bravely stands forth. And once again, trying to move out as the tanks do move up and force Best to respond here. Are there enough Zealots in the front lines to break this thing? Reinforcing Vultures showing up, trying to keep the Zealots off of the tanks. More tanks sieging, and this bridge is going to turn into a lot of blue blood goo here in just a minute. Man, he's still going for this? I don't know. I don't know about this whatsoever. Yeah, no, bad. 113 and 99 supply in favor of Best. He's got a worker advantage, but he needs it. Cost efficiency of the tanks. 2-1 upgrades on the tanks. +1 attack for the Dragoons, and Zealots share that upgrade. You know that, though. Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, he's back with Reaver again? It's 58 to 32 workers. The Reaver drops haven't been like the world is ending here, but man, 32 SCVs after all of the Reaver drops and the Zealots getting SCV counts there combined. Best, he's lost a bunch of Reavers, but I don't know, they're keeping Scan down. Can't really complain too much about it. Okay, going into Storm drops, possibly. Storm's not done yet, but that's okay. Totally fine. Dude, these tanks, bring them over here. Fire up on this third base. Scan, you can do it. You can keep track of both. Oh, there are High Templar in this. There are High Templar in this. There are High Templar in this. He's going to lose it all. Unload! Holy crap. 2 High Templar and a shuttle just died to this Wraith. So, look, APM's not everything, is it? Both these players have about 300 APM, but you could still lose a shuttle full of High Templar. Even if you got the 300. He's been kind of brutal on both sides. I think both Terran and Protoss have been like, what? What are you doing, Scan? Okay, there you go. Storm finishes, like, right in the gosh darn nick of time to save this base. 2 Storms will kill tanks with that splash damage. And Vultures can't get through this wall because they suck against buildings. They're great against a lot of other things, though. Once again, just kind of feeding into this contain that Scan has had set up for a bajillion years. Finally, a third base is coming up right side from Scan, obviously. My gosh, so he's finally getting a third base. He's got a Vulture down here to make sure that a 4th base is not easy to be taken by Best. Also, kind of keeping the Wraiths around this area to make sure this base isn't easy to take for Best either. And this might just turn into an advantage. Why did you... They're going to get through this. Well, they got it. And then they died. But they did open the door. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a lot of Protoss down here, isn't it? +1 attack. Wraiths. Yeah. Wraiths patrolling the skies here above the tanks so that dropping Zealots on them. Zealot bombing is not going to be as good as it was. Yeah, this is where the Ops comes in and says, oh, you've got a third base? That's bad. Only 32 SCVs, but, I don't know, 3 bases are 3 bases. DT is getting wiped out by spider mines. That's never a good feeling for the Dark Templar. Not even close. Gonna ninja expand down here to the 6 o'clock is Best. This is not something that Scan has his eyes on, so that's kind of a huge deal. Ooh, and this is easily shut down by the Terran if he knows it's here, but he doesn't know that it's here. Storm drop! Catching some of the fleeing SCVs, maybe 2 or 3 of them go down. Vultures to deal with everybody. The Wraiths are on a hunting mission to try to get these shuttles, but Wraiths are not quite fast enough to get to them very quickly. And a Dragoon got unloaded here, too, just for good measure. So the Vultures alone weren't going to be enough to clear this out. That's kind of genius by Best. I like it. Unloading a couple High Templar and a Dragoon and some Zealots. There's some DTs running around. Why are you fighting a Dragoon? Oh my gosh, they want that shuttle so bad. But Dragoon bros, keeping him alive. 8 kills on that Dragoon, by the way. I'm sure some of those are spider mines, which is not like the most proud kill you're ever going to get as a Dragoon is killing spider mines, but whatever. By the way, hit that like button, man. Subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content, or StarCraft 2 Brood War content. I have a StarCraft 2 channel, but this is not it. with Brood War content, games you've probably never seen anywhere else before, right? I'm not rehashing stuff you've seen from other places. This is stuff that is brand spanking new. Very fun. Trying to get up to 100,000 subs in 2024, and you know, we're making some good progress. So, thanks everyone who has subscribed at any time, but especially in 2024 for trying to help me reach that goal. I appreciate it. All right, man. Best just massing up. He's like, I gotta cross this bridge eventually, don't I? Remember what I said about knowing the spaces here and how it's going to die once it's discovered? That is pretty much the definition of a ninja. Ninja bases, if they are discovered, they die. Not a great feeling, especially when there are +2 siege tanks around with no +3 on the way for these boys. Depowered the cannons. Okay, so we had the 4th base for a hot minute. It's gone now, down to a 3-basing Protoss. Expanding here is not going to be super easy, or here. 187 to 143 supply. I mean, Best is up big time. It's just he can't engage on this narrow choke to deal with these guys. Finally, +3 attack is on the way for the mech. +2 is done for the ground units. And can't expand here because there's a spider mine. Totally sucks. And look, it's, oh my gosh, more bridge engagement positions in favor of scan here. This is, Best cannot be pleased by this. It's like, okay, I haven't been able to break the bridge container my natural. Why do I have to do one here? Unload everything. There goes the storm. Front line of tanks go down. Beautiful storm catching a lot of those vultures. Wow! Great engagement from Best. He wipes out most of the vultures, which means the tanks are more undefended and more vulnerable. And that's it. Completely breaks this. Storm, the great equalizer. Hasn't really worked over here at all. Man, these SCVs that have been up here repairing stuff, so good. I mean, that missile turret getting repaired would be very cool too. But anyway, 54 to 43 workers now in favor of Best. Finally, Best is getting a legitimate 4th base down here, left side. Natural expand for the bottom left spawn. And Scan says, no. We can't let you have this. We can't just let you have that base. I'm getting a 4th base of my own. If you have your 4th base before mine, how am I supposed to win? Charon boost coming in. No sign of carrier transition, but Charon boost against things like shuttles and arbiters is going to be useful. Mostly shuttles in this game. It seems like Best is eschewing the arbiter tech to go for more of the speed shuttle, which is very cool too. It's fine. Kind of Protoss choice there, yeah? Man, siege tanks, sieging up, but shuttle bros are here. Tossing down them. Ooh, High Templar got a storm and then I think got killed a little bit. Just a little bit killed. What about clumping up on this bridge, man? Okay, bring these tanks down, put them here, leave these tanks siege. It's leapfrogging. It's called leapfrogging tank scan. I know you know how to do this. Oh, Best is shuttling units down here to the south. I'm thinking to go for a surround here. But look at how much of the map is blue and how much Best is kind of squished on this left side. He's getting a 5th base. Bottom left corner, which is very cool, obviously. Where's the storm? There's the storm. Storm is good. Man, 2 storming down those tanks like absolute bosses. Vulture's trying to swing up here, see what's going on. He's like, oh, this is a lot more Protoss than I expected to be up in this location. Bye. But there's not a Nexus, and that's what you needed to know. Once again, scanning in to see what we're dealing with. Dragoons, Zealots, High Templar, all great. Uh-oh. And, oh, he's not going for the flank or the surround. He's going after this bottom right base. Holy crap. But, dude, the vultures, are there enough of them? Yeah, the spider mines there are. You betcha. 3 of the Dragoons get wiped out by spider mines immediately, and then the remaining Dragoons go down. Just a sheer concentrated vulture fire with some tank support there. So, bottom right base is saved. 54 to 47 worker scan. Pretty happy about that. He's mined out of his nat. He's mined out of his main. He's now back up to 2 active mining bases, while Best is sitting here on, I mean, that's mined out too. Basically, 1 mining base. Not great for Best right now. If I had to put money on this, I think I'd give it to Scan, but this game is not over. This game is not over. Best is up overall in army value and in worker count. Once the space comes in, it'll be on 2 bases mining, which once again is even to what Scan is doing, so I'm not saying it's great, but it's better than when he was on 1 base mining just a second ago. Goliath's being produced 4 at a time. He's getting a dropship too. I don't know. I just do not know if there's any way... I don't know if there's any way that Best can break this. He's tried. He's tried a couple times to break this contain, and Scan's like, well, I'm not leaving. And then Best is like, okay, fine. I'll, you know, make some production down here, shuttle army units down here too. Shuttle some units down here, drop some units down in the bottom right of Scan. This is what I'm talking about. Distracting with the engagement in the middle here. And then dropping in the bottom right. The response time here from Scan is good enough. Definitely good enough. And all right. Very, very good. This is excellent. This is what we like to see from a PvT, man. Drops all over the place. Super active. Not just, you know, kind of turtling on both sides of the map. No one really brave enough to go out to the other side. But siege tanks are at +3 now, which means they're at the most deadly they're ever going to be. If you want to support the channel, other than subscribing and hitting the like button, I am at Patreon, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. And here comes Best. He's engaging Zealot bombing on top of the tanks. The tank count's a little bit intimidating for sure, but they're actually getting distracted. But I don't know if there's enough Protoss here, man. High Templar kind of walking into this. I don't know where the vultures are, but sometimes you just have enough siege tanks that all the zealots die anyway. Oh, Best. That was not ideal. These dragoons. Ugh. Eaten by a spider mine. Now we're down to 3 of the 4. Yeah, man. Best needs a new base if he's going to win this thing. He's now down 45 to 50 workers and 116 to 115 overall supply. What are... Oh, a couple vultures managed to get back here and kill some probes. I'm assuming they got dropped. Very nice. Very nice. Scan. Dropship with 2 more vultures. Yes, this is the guilty face here of Scan, proving what he's been doing here. He unloads behind the mineral line again. He's like, hey, you don't have any cannons behind this mineral line? Kind of weird. Just pointing that out. It's a 5-kill vulture. Dude, this is genius out of Scan. Oh my gosh. And the DT wipes him out. Yeah, this vulture's got a kill. Spider mine. Connects on the zealots that killed him. He gets some of his revenge from beyond the grave. I'm not sure vulture pilots get a grave, to be honest with you. But, dude, expanding again? Okay, so it's 3 bases mining right now for Scan. And 2 bases mining for Best. So, I think Best is dead. I just don't think he's done a good enough job out-expanding the Terran player today. He never went into carriers. He never broke this front, which is insane. Insane in the membrane. I don't think I've seen a contain in a PvT last this long. I really don't. Best just kind of gave up on it. I think he could have broken it, but maybe the mental calculus was just like, I'm going to lose too much stuff to break it. So, we're just going to leave it there and just do drops and stuff to get around it. And you can just have these tanks providing no value whatsoever, and as I do other cool stuff. Fair. I mean, obviously it's kind of working out here. My gosh, the missile turret count plus the Wraith. Alright, so we're going to be able to unload, but a few shuttles are definitely going to die. Zealots. It's just pure Zealot. Not just pure Zealot, I guess. That's fun. Not even really microing the vultures here. Probably should be, though. Yeah, Spider-Mine's getting big-time hits, and man, those Zealots die fast, and that's a GG. Best is like, nope, absolutely not. I am not winning this game. I was not able to take down this base or this base. I am way down. I just threw a bunch of Zealots at a problem, and it didn't fix it. How entirely unfair to me. And yeah, it's a good point. It is kind of unfair to you, isn't it? Wow. All right. Well, that was fun. I mean, that was absolutely a great game from Scan. This thing started off with a Nexus first out of Best that he almost got away with. I feel like if he'd gotten away with it for like 30 more seconds, he would have been able to win this game, but he wasn't able to get the units out fast enough, the Zealots or the Dragoons, to deal with the SCV train, plus the Vultures, plus the Marines, and the bunker got down, and the base died, and that was it. He got knocked on his patootie, and from there, he was just in a lot of trouble. He did have the base advantage for a minute, and then he lost it once this came down, and then he had the advantage again, and then these two came down, and he never overcame these two bases being alive for scan, and that was it. I mean, again, the creative problem solving that RJB was talking about here is just going around this contain, just having enough shuttles to shuttle stuff down to this area, unload some here, walk this way, get up to these bases, maybe drop directly in the top bottom right here too. And yeah, just overall, a lot of tanks died, yes, but scan very methodically, just continuing to macro very well, getting upgrades, having enough vultures where he needs them, having enough tanks where he needs them. It did help, too, that Best invested a lot into Reavers, which didn't get a lot done. Yeah, we're just going to say, didn't get a lot done. And once that happens, if you just lose like 6 Reavers for, I don't want to say it was no value, right? I just don't think it was enough value. Anyway, that was fun, and that's going to be it for me as I sneeze here. Thankfully, I got the mute, but that is going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.